Hey, happy Wednesday, Cerebralites. It is she, the Cerebral Diva. Happy Hump Day, by the way. It is she, the Cerebral Diva, and she is back and officially in the building with a brand new video for your listening and your viewing pleasure. Again, happy Wednesday. We're almost through the week. I actually work Sunday through Thursday, so today, even though it's Wednesday, it's technically my Thursday, so I'm really happy about tomorrow being my Friday. So, having said that, not that you guys care about my work schedule, you should, because it's my work that keeps me away from you guys. And speaking of that, I am trying so hard to be consistent with my upload schedule. I am desperately trying. It is so hard for me to find the time to come and talk, but I want to be more consistent. I really want to create more content, create better content. I will admit that, sometimes I'm just in such a rush that I'm not giving YouTube the attention that it deserves. But I'm trying to make that a resolution in 2020 moving forward, just to put more energy and more effort into my YouTube. And not even for the sake of income, but really for the sake of just, wanting to have a voice out there that I feel needs to be heard. Having said that, there's a couple of things that I want to talk to you guys about. First thing I want to talk about is the Georgia Senate elections. Shout out to Raphael Warnock. It looks like he is a projected winner over Kelly Loeffler, which makes me like the happiest girl on the face of the earth at this moment. That is subject to change today, but in this moment, right here, right now, at 8:21 a.m., I am the happiest girl in the world. I'm just excited. I mean, on one hand, I'm excited, and on the other hand, I'm sort of in the state of disbelief. I didn't realize until it was reported that Raphael Warnock is the first person of color to represent Georgia in the Senate. Can you believe that in 2021? That is mind blowing to me. Better late than never. There's a whole lot more that I could say about that, but I'm just going to try to keep the video as concise as possible. You have things to do, I have things to do, so I don't want to go on this whole diatribe just about change and about, you, know, you get where I'm going. So again, shout out to Robbie and Warnock. Now, I'm still on pins and needles waiting for the results of John Ossoff. That race is really close. But I'm thinking even he may pull it off. I'm cautiously optimistic. And I'm excited because I can't ever remember a time in history. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please comment below if you know of a time where we had a Democratic president, a Democratic Congress, and a Democratic Senate. I can't think of a time. So I'm really interested to see what legislation looks like when we have complete Democratic control. I'm super. First of all, I hope I get a $2,000 check out the deal. Don't act like I'm the only one. Do not do that. Do not do that. I hope I get a $2,000. I have earned that $2,000 check. And here's the thing about that $2,000 check for me personally, and I'm sure this is probably true for some of you as well. I don't even get to spend the $2,000 check. For me, I have to take the $2,000 check and pay it back in taxes. So for me, it's really just sort of offsetting my taxes by a substantial portion, but I have to pay in every year. So it's like, while I'm excited to get the check, it's not like, wow, I get to go spend this money and get to enjoy this money. But give me my, and it's not even, they're not even giving me $2,000, first of all. It's my money that you've taken from me. You're giving me my money back, essentially. So give me my money, man. Give me my money, man. So I'm excited to see once again what this election looks like, what the country looks like, excuse me, under a Democratic rule. And if you're like me, if you were watching the election results last night, because I'm a little bit of a news junkie, I had to turn it off at a certain point. Um, I just don't do well with stress, especially when it comes to politics. I think I may have a little bit of PTSD from the 2016 election. So there might be a little bit of PTSD from when Hillary lost. So even that night when the results started coming in, I turned my TV off and just sort of crossed my fingers and hoped the best. And we all know how that turned how that turned out. And it was the same thing here in the most recent, the 2020 election, where I had to turn off my TV. I was just so nervous about Joe Biden and Kamala, and so I couldn't watch. Turned the TV off. Woke up this time to fantastic news. Same thing with the Georgia Senate election. woke up this morning and found out that Raphael Warnock is the projected winner of one of the races at the very least. So all we need at this point is for John Ossoff to pull it off, and I'm hoping that that's going to happen. So stay tuned. What else did I want to talk about? I want to talk about the Black Bachelor. Um, so the Bachelor is airing, and we have, for the first time, I believe, a Black Bachelor. His name is Matt James. I haven't been watching. I have absolutely no plans on watching. I know that there was a little bit of an uproar, for lack of a better term, yesterday because he was talking about the pressures of being the first Black Bachelor and how there's pressure on both sides for him to choose a black girl, um, but he is trying his best to figure out how to move through it. And I'm not going to even lie to you guys. I'm going to speak open, honestly, and authentically. As a black woman, I watch the show and I hope he chooses a black woman. Um, and it's not that I hope that he chooses a black woman because I dislike white women, because I do not. I love good people, black, white. And I don't even have a problem with interracial relationships. I don't have a problem with gay relationships. For me, love who you love. That's really my philosophy towards life. It's just not my business. So who he chooses in the end really doesn't have an impact on my overall state of being, right? So I'm not like losing sleep and, concerned like, oh, he better choose a black woman. But I would be lying if I told you that I was not hoping that he chose a black woman. And part of the reason that I want him to choose a black woman, and it's sad to say that I'm probably 90% sure that he will not choose a black woman, just because that's just the way the world is going at this point. But I'm pretty sure that he probably won't choose a black woman, even though there's a part of me that is still holding out hope that maybe he will. And I do realize the show is just beginning, so there's still plenty of time for him to choose a black woman. But I just don't think that the network wants to see that. The network wants balance. It's like, look, we gave you we know that our demographic is primarily white women, right? And so we cannot turn this into a black show. We gave you a black bachelor, we gave you a black bachelorette. Now you have to do us a solid and choose someone who is not black so that it's not too black, so to speak. And I think that in the case of Matt, that he's definitely going to choose a white woman. If he does, I hope that they're happy. I hope that they're madly in love. I hope that they live happily ever after. Like, I wish nothing but the best for him, because I can imagine that this is a lot of pressure on him being the Black Bachelor. But if you can't handle the pressure, then don't apply for the job. So while I do understand the pressure, I don't necessarily feel sympathy for him. Um, Now back to my original point. My original point being that as a black woman, I really want to see him choose a black woman, just because I feel like, for whatever reason, black women don't get. It's just it's tough to say. I don't want to say that black women don't get chosen, because I get chosen all the time. FYI. Like, I'm not hurting for attention. I'm sure that I'm not the only black woman out there who is not hurting for attention from black, white, and everything in between. So, but if you watch television, if you watch movies, if you watch commercials, what have you, then you could be um, persuaded to believe that black women are not deemed as beautiful or valuable or worthy or wanted or desired. And I'm so tired of that narrative being pushed, whether it's passively, whether it's unintentionally. I'm so sick of that narrative being propagated. And I really want to see on a national scale, because we see black couples on shows that are uh, on Love and Hip Hop, and some of the Real Housewives. So we do see examples on television of black love, but some of them are so dysfunctional that you wish that you didn't see them, right? So the Bachelor and Bachelorette franchise is a little bit more sanitized, and so it'd be nice to see black love sort of within the confines of that, if you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, again, shout out to Matt James. I hope you find love. I'm rooting for you in every possible way. If you did happen to choose a black woman, I would be uber, uber, uber excited about that. But in the end, it's really your choice. Choose who you love. All right, so enough about that. What else did I want to talk to you guys about before I go? I know there was something else that I wanted to talk to you guys about, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. So we'll have to save it for another video. I need to get dressed so I can get ready to go to the gym and run errands. Again, happy hump day, everyone. I hope you have an amazing day. As always, in closing, people remember to live better, love harder, and please think smarter. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video.